Here's something a little bit different. Normally when I tend to do comic book stuff, I tend not to really kind of say anything. I tend to, like give people a little preview of the actual comic itself, and and also put a little bit of background music in it. But I thought, as this was a special comic, this, I think, was the first issue of Superman from the New 52 era. I know that a lot of people weren't a big fan of the New 52 arcs that they did with the DC comic heroes. Now, the stories, yeah, I kind of agree. They didn't feel like the typical Superman, especially with the New 52 version of him. Now, for me, one of the things that I actually did like about the New 52 Superman is that I actually liked the actual costume. I wasn't 100% sold on the actual collar that the New 52 Superman had, but I actually kind of liked the actual suit because it kind of still gave it this. It still felt like I cannot describe it. It kind of felt like a suit. It still felt like the classic Superman, but then given this modern coat of paint. But I actually liked it, and for me, it's kind of a shame that it kind of went back to the original costume. Not that I hate or dislike the original Superman costume that they've kind of got now, but I do think that with the new, because they changed the New 52 Superman suit twice. So this was the first one. I mean, the second time they changed it, it was actually a mixture of the New 52 and the classic Superman costume. And then obviously they basically reverted the Superman back to the original Superman. And now, for those who, if I can find the comics of this, you had the New 52 Superman, and then they did this arc of Superman where I think he was on a different Earth, but he had a black suit, similar to when the death of Superman, and then he had a beard. And I actually liked those actual stories, and even that costume where you saw Superman all in black with the silver Superman sign and the parts of the costume, and then he had a beard. And then he didn't have a cape. But if I can find those issues, that I might actually do a video on them. So yeah, I actually really do like the art of this. Obviously you can see Superman holding the Daily Planet globe, which is a typical Superman thing to do. Obviously we know that Clark, he's disguised, worked at the Daily Planet. So yeah, I mean, I really do like the actual front cover of the comic, and it's kind of very striking. And as I said, this is issue 1, but I really do love the actual artwork of this particular cover. So we'll kind of have a quick look inside, and obviously you can see the Daily Planet symbol there, and that kind of looks good. Again, I'm loving the actual artwork and the actual inking and the actual colouring of the actual images. I mean, that looks it really looks really beautiful. So I'm kind of more into the kind of art that I'm kind of into. Is I'm kind of more into where they almost give it more of a realistic kind of a look, but then it's not too realistic, but it's not too comic book either. So I kind of like that. And then you've got like Superman standing there. It looks kind of, as you can see, the actual colouring of his suit is actually a lot darker. It's more of a darker blue than we traditionally would see Superman as. Again, this could be dependent on the colorist that's doing it, because obviously during the time of the New 52, different colorists have got their different take on how light or dark they do the Superman kind of colouring of his suit. But I actually kind of like this image here. You've got the script and breakdowns from the late George Perez. Now, as people know, obviously he died a couple of months ago. I mean, he was one of my favourite writers for DC. I know that he's written for Marvel as well, but I predominantly know him for DC and his work on the Teen Titans and then the Crisis story is in 1985. Obviously, that's the when Supergirl and the Flash died. Obviously, he wrote that, and yeah, he will be sadly missed. I mean, sometimes we use the word legend far too frequently. For some people, depending on what field they are, but for me, he was a genuine comic book legend in my book, and although that he's gone, it's knowing that his work will always be with us. As long as paper, or now people can buy comics on your iPad or any tablet now. So it's just knowing that his work will always be with us, and that's how sometimes you need to remember people. It's not necessarily the way they go out, they die, because I know sometimes the way they go can be really painful and upsetting. I mean, I know more than anything with what happened with my cousin. I know it's hard trying to get over grief, but sometimes you have to remember the good times. And then when you remember the good times of people, right, they're never truly gone. So that's the best way. But yeah, I will really miss George Perez and also Nell Adams. Obviously, he again another big comic book legend again. Really is a legend. And then we've heard another passing of another artist, and that's Tim Sale, who died like a couple of weeks ago. And sometimes it's a real it's a shock to hear when people die, but as I said before, their work will always be with us, so their legacy will always live on. And then you've got the art, obviously I don't know if it's drawn, you've got the pencils and inks by I don't know if it's pronounced, because obviously it says Jesus, but I don't know if it's pronounced Zeus Morano. So excuse me if I've butchered the way in how you're supposed to say his name. And then you've got the colorist Brian Buccialetti, who's the colorist. And then you got Carlos M. Mangala, is the letterer. And then is it Matt Elderson is the editor. And then Will Morris is the associate editor. And obviously you got Superman created by Jerry Siegel and Joel Shuster. So we've got that there. And I apologise because I've got the flu. But yeah, I'm really kind of enjoying the artwork. Now, one of the things that I did like about the new Superman is that he had the Superman symbol on the back of his cape, but it was in a black outline, which I kind of loved. And if we take a look, if there's another picture how we can look at, I think that's Lois. But yeah, I do really like the actual artwork and the inking and the colouring of this particular comic. Although with the modern day comics now, they use like a shiny paper now. I remember in the old days, obviously, that they used a different grade of paper for the comics. So I'm kind of like old school here when it comes to comics. Obviously, that Superman that looks like Jim Lee artwork there, who I love his drawings of Superman. But yeah, I really do like the artwork of Superman, and they made his costume kind of look more armored. As you can see here, you can see the collar that they've added to the actual costume. And if I can find my statue that I've got, which I think is a new 52. Oh God, what happened to this without dropping anything? Yeah, you can see that this statue here is the Superman new 52. So you can see the red belt, all in the onesie. You can see that the boots are armoured, and then you can see that it's got a collar, and then the actual cape tucks into his shoulder blades there, and then you can see the lines where it's more armoured, And then this is what I was talking about on the comics. But I like the way this kind of hangs off here. It kind of reminds me of the Eradicator during the 90s, and how during the death of Superman when he came back, and it's kind of how his cape kind of looked, and then you've got this is all the black symbol, so it kind of looked cool. I actually, and then you've got the little cuffs there. And then the armored boots. I mean, that's before I know, and then a more detailed, like kind of embossed Superman symbol on his chest, and then you can see obviously the he's always abs, and then the actual armor of the actual suit. But I actually really liked it. I mean, again, I don't think there's a wrong or a right way of not liking. Some people that do like the classic Superman costume, but I kind of liked the new 52 one. It kind of looked really cool. I think the problem with the new 52 was the actual stories of it didn't feel like a traditional Superman. But as of what I did like the costumes there, but you can see the actual yellows, and obviously it's showing energy and fire. It's actually really kind of stands out. And then the colours really jump out the pages. So this artwork is really up my street. As you can see here, Superman lifting up the club there. That's a really iconic shot of him doing that there. Obviously, the way they've drawn the new Clark Kent is very different. So, I mean, I'm not sure about how they've done the Clark here, but him as Superman, I kind of really liked it. But the whole relationship between him and Lois was actually very different in the new 52 Superman. So but overall, I didn't hate the new 52. I think what kind of rubbed people up the wrong way was them kind of just throwing away all these classic Superman stories and stuff that he kind of did, and I think that's probably what rubbed people up the wrong way. Really, they were maybe trying to reinvent Superman for the more modern audience, so that they would capture the modern audience. But the problem is that you still got the old audience that love and enjoy Superman. So that's probably why it kind of upset those people. So to me, it's kind of finding a balance where you keep the classic Superman fans, but then you want to pull in the new people who haven't experienced Superman, because they're trying to experience Superman for the first time. So it's just trying to find that even balance. But anyway, I hope that people enjoyed this format of what I was trying to do. Now, next what I'm gonna do, if I can find this, is what I will do next is this here, which is what I'm gonna do next. It's this is the Wally West Flash, and it's a 6-part story called Chain Lightning. And this was during the Mark Waid era. Now this 6-part story is kind of really interesting because obviously you can see the different speedsters there, and this is kind of similar to what's going on with the CW Flash series, where you've got the different family of speedsters. So this, I think, you'll find is very interesting. So I think this might be the next thing that we talk and discuss about, with a video on each of the different parts, the 6 parts of this particular chain lightning storyline, which is one of my favorite Mark Waid Flash story arcs for the Wally West Flash. So yeah, expect to see a video on this coming up really soon. So anyway, feel free to like and to share this video because it helps people find my channel. Because I was a small-time YouTuber, so quick like will help, and if you can, share. And if you already haven't, please subscribe to my channel, because I really want to sit there and want to grow my channel and broaden my audience. And I'll speak to you all again soon. Take care, bye for now, and stay safe.